Hi, everyone, and welcome to your monthly fairy energy and messages reading. We are going to have 3 piles, and I actually, I'm going to be using these cards here. So pile 1 is peace, friends and family, and those who care. Peace is yours today to share. Okay, so that's pile 1. Pile 2, lead the way. Take the reins today. Others will follow if you lead the way. So that's pile 2. And pile 3, practice. After a while, you'll dance on air. Practice makes perfect. You're almost there. Okay, so whatever pile number or whatever cute little card here, these are the fairy dust cards. So whether it's peace, leading the way, practice, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I will see you in your pile. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1 or this peace card, friends and family and those who care. Peace is yours today to share. This is going to be your reading. I'm just going to put your card over here to the side. I'm not sure if we'll see it totally under there or not. Maybe not, but we'll get it all straightened out after. Okay, so as always, there can be individual messages in here. The whole reading can resonate with you in some way. Don't try to make it fit. Let it just naturally, if it's your situation, it's your situation. I try to do an overall energy. We have tarot and oracle in here. We're going to do live tarot and oracle at the end. And what else do I always forget to say in every video? Well, maybe I covered everything because nothing else is popping in, but that's usually what happens. So let's get started right away with overall energy of Trillium. Oh, what a pretty card. And Trillium is the official flower for the province of Ontario. So that's interesting. And clarity, a mind of clarity is a mind of action. I'm going to kind of go through each card. I don't know. I say this and then I do it different every time. But if I feel pulled to talk about it right away, then that's what I'm going to do here. So with Trillium, I said it's a flower of Ontario. It's like the provincial flower. And I believe, or at least I've always heard, whether it's true or not, you can actually be fined for picking them. And it's not because there isn't a lot of them. I think they're throughout different states and provinces in North America. But I believe it takes like a long time for them to grow back, or picking them damages the plant. It's not like your, plants that you can cut a flower off and, the plant continues on and it's okay. I don't think that happens with the Trillium, or at least that's what I think a lady that I knew told me one time. So that's why they're not endangered or anything, but you just can't pick them. You can be fined for that reason. So, and I do know, because you see them in the spring, like when you're driving and you can see them all on the forest beds, right? And they're a very delicate flower. They're very pretty actually, but they're very delicate. And so what I want to say here, pile 1 for you, is maybe right now, this is a time for you that you might be feeling maybe a little delicate, that you need some emotional healing, or you need to show yourself some more, self-love, self-care. Or for some of you, it just may be that you're not that. You may be delicate. You're a beautiful flower, but you just need to realize it. You need to have that clarity about yourself, that you are like the Ontario Trillium, special and protected, and people love you, right? Okay, so that's a message for some. Let's get into the rest here. We have 10 of Winter. Okay. So I'm just going to read what's on the card here. It could be one of those things. It could be all of them for you, or it could be none. It just may be what I'm going to say intuitively along with the oracle card. So 10 of Winter is the resolution of difficulties, or a weight's been lifted off your shoulder, or it's the end of an addiction or codependency. And here we have go outside. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature, wherever you are, and feel at one with your habitat. And we have peace here, right? What I want to say again, this is okay. So this is time back to, for some of you, then the message being, this is a time of healing for you. Okay. This is a time where maybe you had been feeling you weren't clear about yourself. You've been feeling a bit down, a bit delicate, a bit weak, whatever word you want to use. But this is saying, you know what? This has come to an end. This is time for you to go outside, spend maybe time with your family and friends, to find peace, to enjoy life, or go outside and simply sit with yourself, whether it's a meditation or just quietly, and just tune into the powerful peace of nature. I love that, because you know how sometimes you're sitting outside and it's just, you hear just the sounds. I know it's harder in a city. I live in a city, but it's just quiet, and you hear maybe the sounds of the bees or the birds or the squirrels or whatever it may be, and it's just peaceful. So maybe that's what they're saying. Maybe for some of you to find that clarity, you may have to take a little time and just, wander off by yourself. Okay? There's nothing wrong with wandering off by yourself for a little alone time to reflect and to find clarity. Next, we have Garden of the Sun and Moon. So it says, the change you may seek may be outside your comfort zone. Ask for the strength to help you move forward. Sometimes it's hard for people to see themselves in that light, to know that they're special, to know that they're loved by their friends and family, and maybe even their coworkers or people that just meet them, and they're just such a beautiful, gentle soul that people are automatically drawn to them. So that may feel a bit out of your comfort zone, pile one. And, just ask the fairies, ask God, Source, Universe, to step in and help you, your spirit guide team that you go to. Okay, and they will help you. I also love that there's, what I'm going to say is a couple on here, and it says the change you may seek may be outside your comfort zone. So I almost want to say for some of you too, is there a relationship here? Maybe you're out or you're starting to date, and that's what's outside of your comfort zone. And they're just saying, don't dismiss anyone just because it's not what is your norm. That message comes up a lot, and I think that's important. And then we have the Four of Spring, and it's being grateful and it's celebrating. And again, we have a fairy couple here, right? So this could be a message for romance or dating, whether you're starting to date or you're already dating. If you already are in a relationship with someone, maybe this is just stepping outside the comfort zone of that relationship and just doing something different. This also says a content personal life. Yeah, because I think once you find the clarity, have the clarity, and you've let go of what's been, but has been burdensome on you, that's a tough word to say, then you will find content, right? Deep feelings, again, of peace and happiness. Okay, I'm just going to pull that over a little bit so I can get these cards in. Then we have the World. Well, the World is the end of a cycle. Perfect. Okay, the World is the end of the cycle. That is, it's a chapter closing. It's time to begin fresh. So maybe for some of you, that's what needs to happen. And what a beautiful card here. I'm just pushing it underneath because it's larger than the others. Perfect setting. It's like you finally come. I mean, this is a perfect setting. I just don't think you were able to see it. And then you were having a bit of difficulty. And you weren't able to see and think outside the box, but they're saying that's coming to an end. For some of you, this could be, prediction, right? Because it hasn't all happened yet. For some of you, you're in it. For some of you, you may be at the World, at the position here of the World where it's finally coming to an end for you. They just want you to know you've created the perfect setting for yourself. I love that. And then we'll just throw this peace card back in here if I can kind of maybe set it like that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but we'll try. All right, let's get some tarot before we do the last few oracle pile 1. Beautiful, different messages in there, all kind of tying together. But could be individual, because this could just be you in a situation that you're going through right now. It's finally come to an end, a successful end, okay? Or at least it's now complete. And you're able to move on, and you've created that perfect setting to start out, to start over again. Or it could be relationship. It could be you laying down the burdens that you've been carrying. You seeing clarity of who you truly are. Oh, I got an itchy nose. Ooh, that's speaking. Okay, justice. First one that flipped over in my hand. Oh, my nose is still itchy. Oh, geez. Okay, let's get 2 more here. So we have justice. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Knight of Swords. All right, well, what I want to say about justice is that in any one of these situations, this is all about finding the balance, isn't it? Finding, see the scales here, finding the balance, understanding balance in your life, right? You are this beautiful, delicate flower, this trillium. But if you don't see yourself that way, your life isn't balanced. If this hard road is over for you, but you're unable to find healing, then things aren't balanced. If you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone, maybe, that's not balance in your life, because you're sticking to the same thing that's tried, tested, and true. And if you've come to the end of a cycle, but without having learned any lessons, okay, then maybe you're not going to have that perfect setting to launch off from again. So just kind of keep that in mind too. Important that I said that. And then here we have the Ace and the Knight of Swords. So, well, one, aces are always new beginnings, so I love that, but it's swords, right? So it's having breakthroughs, epiphanies. It's new ideas and ways to do things. It's finding mental clarity. Okay, so I love how that's confirming everything that's on the table. And with the Knight of Swords, it just continues, because the Knight of Swords is, you know, well, what I want to say here, that's kind of interesting. Because the Knight of Swords is normally go, 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 right? Very ambitious, very action-oriented, wants to succeed. Always thinking, again, those new ideas are just coming in and thinking of ways to use them. So I want to say, and I love that it's kind of landed here with this perfect setting. I almost feel as though this is you. All of, you know, there's a new beginning to be had. All of these great, new, wonderful, beautiful ideas are coming in, and you're having breakthroughs and epiphanies, and you're becoming clear. This is you, I feel, just taking that moment before you dash out like the Knight of Swords to put everything into action with this new beginning here. I love that. Okay, let's get one more of the Fairy Dust Oracle cards, and then we're also going to do the Forest Fae cards as well. So that's nice. These are nice little messages for you, pile 1. I love what the fairies are bringing forth. Believe. Magic is there when you believe. So dream big things you can achieve. And I almost feel, right? Like, oh, I just love it when that happens. I almost feel like that's what you're doing. You're like, you know what? This is me moving on. I've got this. But I'm just going to take a breath before I start. Before I charge out there. All smart with myself. That's how I feel. Okay, and we have Walker on the Wind. The raven shows the way. Be courageous. Change and chance can bring exciting wonders. Well, again, that's what we're talking about right here, this new perfect start, this perfect setting to launch off from. All right. Love this message for you, Pile 1. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, you can always show your appreciation by throwing a like on my video, because that helps with the algorithm. And that's what I was going to say in the beginning. I wanted to start saying this because I'm a Canadian channel. My videos are no longer getting pushed out into the US or the rest of the world like they normally were. And I've really noticed that in my analytics. So, I mean, I'm a small channel. Yes, I know that. But it's really, since we had a particular bill that was passed here in Canada, has really slowed things down. So please share this, like, engage, comment, whatever it is, because all of that will maybe help to change things a bit and get these videos out to more people. I appreciate your time and your being here with me. Hi to those of you who chose Pile 2 and this Lead the Way card. Okay, take the reins today. Others will follow if you lead the way. All right. So before I get started, we have tarot and oracle cards here. There could be a message in each card or in a couple of cards, or the entire reading could resonate. If it fits, allow it, but don't try to make it fit, okay? And this could be any situation in your life that we're going to be talking about. I don't know what it is yet, but we will also be doing tarot and live tarot and oracle at the end. And what I forgot to say in Pile 1 until the end is my videos are not being pushed out the same way as they were before a particular bill was passed here in Canada. And I do not have a big channel, so I've really noticed that it's not being pushed out because my only viewership is primarily Canadian. And normally I had a lot of other countries that watched me. So I ask that you share this with people. If you are in one of those other countries, please share with people and, interact by liking, commenting, whatever it is. I always love to hear back from people. But I just wanted to mention that right at the beginning because I'm really trying to grow this. And, slowly but surely I am, but it really took a downward turn back when they passed the bill. So anyway, if you do happen to see this in another country, please share to kind of get this out and going. Overall energy there. That was my public service announcement for my channel. Caffeine. I love that. So someone's full of energy, I want to say, right? And magic. So magic has a way of touching the heart and drawing power from the soul. And it's caffeine, which I just think is full of energy or needs to take the lead or needs to be the leader. Maybe even for some of you, it could be working on a project where you need to really step up to the challenge. I think that's interesting because we do have Lead the Way as the overall card, and it always blows my mind how that happens. Okay, let's get to the rest. Here we have Ace of Winter. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. So it could be each one of these or all of them for some of you. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately, amazing new ideas that should be implemented. So maybe that's where this caffeine is coming from, right? You're hyped up, you're ready to go. And they're saying there are some new ideas that you need to implement here. And this is your, as I always like to say, your nudge or your message that it's go time. And if you've already been on this path or started, maybe this is you getting the message because you've been feeling a bit defeated about something, or maybe you felt like giving up and they're saying, no, do not. Communication is key though here. And this is a sword, right? So, and along with that is Joyful Sunrise. Oh, find time to help yourself or you will find you are alone when those you've helped have moved along. That could be a message for some of you. Maybe that's what's kind of set you back a little bit. The people that had maybe committed to helping you or were even paid to help you, or whatever the situation may be, maybe they've stepped away. Okay? Could it be because of communication? I'm not sure. But the important thing that I'm seeing on this card right here is the Joyful Sunrise. So in other words, don't be deterred by challenges. speak clearly, accurately, and get those new ideas out there. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new joyful sunrise, if that's how you choose to think of it and work through the situations here. And the Ace of Winter too, I mean, that is, I want to say it's success, because it's a new beginning, right? Success, I mean, it's new ideas and all of that sort of thing. But I really want to say that in this case, it's the new ideas. It's the new, fresh ideas and new beginning with them. And the magic, when I see the magic here, what I want to say about that along with it too is that magic is not hocus pocus magic, the way we think of it maybe as kids. And, oh, why did I think Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo? What's that from? Cinderella? The fairy godmother? Okay. You can think of it that way, absolutely. Or the magic is what's within you, okay? If you are working from your heart and soul genuinely, that's the magic, right? When they say, so-and-so just always brings the magic, there's just something about them. It's because they're coming and you're seeing them authentically working or being or whatever it is from their heart and soul. Beautiful message. Next, we have assurance and the Six of Spring. What I want to say here, oh, I love this, right? Don't be deterred. Don't get down on yourself, because assurance is just like this tree, not blooms, it, buds, the buds for its leaves, it then gets its leaves, the leaves fall off and the tree goes dormant in winter. But it is a cycle that continues. Just because it goes dormant in the cold, frigid, icy winter, the tree doesn't die, okay? It just slows down. It recuperates, so to speak. It stores up. It gets energy. It gets its caffeine, we'll say, right? To, once spring and that warm weather starts, to once again have the buds, to produce those buds so that there's beautiful leaves for the summer shade. I like a little shade now and then the beautiful leaves of fall as it sheds and goes dormant again. We're assured of that. At least so far we're assured that that is going to happen. And then there's the Six of Spring, which is success. This is you standing out in success, in victory. People are seeing you. So they're saying don't give up, because you're meant to be seen and you're meant to have success and victory here, okay? So whatever this is, it can be a project. This can be in your home life. Again, it'll be different for everyone. But you do it from the bottom of your heart and soul. And you wake up each morning like it's a brand new day. And when you feel a little down, think of the tree, okay? And just know that there's success to be had for you. This is beautiful. Yeah, I love it. See, it says wonderful news is on its way, smart choices that bring rewards, success and public recognition. Exactly. So this can be in whatever endeavor it is that you have or do. Then we have the Three of Summer, or the Three of Cups, which is also celebration, news worth celebrating. It could be announcements such as weddings, graduation, births, friends you cherish, or it could be something to do with what it is that you're doing here, pile two. Wow. Like they've got your back. That's what all of this is. That's what this is. They have your back. Trust the fairies, okay? Trust God, trust Source, trust Universe, trust your spirit guide team. The fairies are a part of that, all right? They're saying success, an inner child. I almost think this is the Three of Cups too. It's like a fairy mom and her little fairy children. So there's three of them. And it just kind of always reminds me of the Three of Summer here, or the Three of Cups. And it says, the fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. So this is just a message for you to have fun while doing this. Don't let the burden of it Because, you know, when you're working on something new, whatever it is, it can be tiring. It can be burdensome. I don't know why I keep trying to say that word. I didn't pile 1, 2, and I'm like, oh, it's such a hard word to say. It can get you down. They're saying no. Every morning is a joyful sunrise, and you need to bring your inner child out and have fun while you're doing this, right? Have fun while doing it, or just don't be so serious. Wow, what a beautiful message, pile 2. Overall, I mean, right here, you can even break it down into individuals. This is just reminding some of you, you know what? You really need to celebrate because good news is coming into you, and keep that childlike sense of wonder. This here is just assurance that, you know what, like the tree has 4 seasons, so does your life, so does your project, so does whatever it is that you're doing, and there will be success and good news for you. And here, don't let anything get you down. You have new wonderful ideas. You wake up every day happy. And this is you taking the leadership role. You working from your heart and soul. So let's now get, oops, that's too many. We just need 3 tarot here to go along with the tarot and oracle on the table. Beautiful message from the fairies. The Hermit. Right now, I want to say, sometimes I wait, but I want to say right now, the Hermit, I want to say, was you. I think this was you kind of retreating and holding back. I think you may have been in the winter season here, and they're saying, no, that caffeine, it's time for you to go. You've sat, you've thought about it, you've let those new ideas marinate, you've had more new ideas. Temperance. Wow, major arcana, you guys. Like, come on. So, the Hermit, you're coming out of hermit mode. You've taken a couple shots of caffeine here. You've had a couple of espressos, whatever it is, or literally caffeine shots, and you're raring and ready to go. But what they, again, want you to do is just don't tire yourself out. I want to say here with temperance, make sure that you keep everything in balance, okay, and in harmony and in alignment. And I think that's why you got this inner child message here too, right? Don't be too serious. Make sure you have some fun, okay? Yeah, you've got to keep the balance. An Ace of Swords. Again, that come up in pile 1. We have the Ace of Winter or Ace of Swords here, and here it is again. They're just telling you, keep working on it. Keep having breakthroughs. And be willing to go with them. Epiphanies, be willing to go with them, or at least consider them, right? This is a new start. New ideas, and there's definitely success in this. So, wow, pile 2, what a wonderful group set of messages that you have here. Okay, let's get one more fairy dust card, and then we're going to do a fae card, and then we will wrap it up. Oh, that one right by the friends. All the love your light extends, its reflection shown in chosen friends. And maybe up here, I think, I don't know where it was. Oh, people have moved along. Then they're not maybe the friends that you needed for this. You get to choose your friends. Oh, I like that. You get to choose your friends. They say sometimes, friends choose you. That's fine too. But for your particular message, you're choosing your friends. You're choosing those people that you want to spend your time with. And maybe it has to do with this, or maybe it's in that childlike play. You know, right? Like that you take time out for your friends that you choose to be with, that brings something, that adds something to your life. Okay? And finally, we have the Troll Fae. Follow the secret signs, as treasures can be found where you least expect them. So like I said, with all of these breakthroughs, with all of these epiphanies, all of these new ideas, you know what? Some of them you may think, what? That doesn't make any sense. but don't pass by, or at least jot it down and come back to it later, because sometimes that's where you're going to find the treasure pile too. So that is your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And again, I ask you to share, and, you know, interact with the video here, comment, hit the like button. And, you know, if this is an experience you're going through, by all means, share it with us. You know, sometimes you can get support from other people or ideas from other people as well. Thank you for being here, Pile 2. I appreciate your time. Hi to those of you who chose Pile 3 or this practice card. It says, after a while, you'll dance on air. Practice makes perfect. You're almost there. I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, we have Oracle and Tarot here. We're going to do live Oracle and Tarot at the end. I have overall energy. You can find messages in each one of these cards individually, as a pair, or as a whole. The other thing that I wanted to mention, just because I'm going to start mentioning this again, I'm in Canada, and we had a bill pass here, which means that for some of us, and especially a small channel like my own, our videos are not being pushed out into other countries in the world, or even within North America. I used to have a lot of viewers from the US and other countries across the ocean, and that has stopped once the bill has passed, and I see it in my analytics because I really am only having Canadian viewers at this time. So please, let's build the Canadian audience then, and please share this video if you find it interesting. If you find my other work that I do interesting, you know, this is what I do to give back. I have my own private astrology and tarot reading and mediumship reading business on the side. You can find a link to that in the description box, okay? So I just ask that you help to support. So share, interact with the video by commenting, liking, even subscribing to my channel helps, okay? So let's get right at that. As I said, enough of a personal PSA for my channel here. Let's get into the reading. Overall energy, birth of magic. Communication. The sharing of insight and ideas are embodied through the art of communication. The birth of magic. And it's like this egg is cracking open, right? So is that like, you know, when we hear about small children, Pile 3, and they're not jaded yet. They haven't formed opinions about anything yet. They are just very open and very, they'll say whatever comes to mind, right? And they are full of that magic because they believe. They believe in fairies without question, right? They believe in dragons without question. They believe in mermaids without question. It would not occur to them to question that. Or any really mythical, or, you know, even like a Santa or a tooth fairy or whatever it may be, right? They're just so open and pure. I feel like that's the overall energy. And they're not afraid to communicate. They see the magic in everything. Wasn't it always the magical world of Disney or something? I don't know if that was on the commercial or maybe it was in the beginning of a book. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's get into the rest of the cards. Queen of Autumn. With Fairy of Fantasy, you have a huge appetite for life, so explore the pathway that is right for you at this time. And again, you can take these messages individually or we can tie them together. So taking the path that's right for you at this time, and here it could be any one of these things. Be practical with respect to how you proceed. So I love that these two are tying together. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. I also am just seeing generous and gracious up there as well. Show your support, and the Moon. So what I have coming in here, it's going to be different for each of you. So I think there could be like two ways for this to go. This is you getting on your right path, right? and being practical and wise as you explore and move forward, right? Bringing the magic in the child, like the inner child, back out to play. We had that in pile 2. And not being afraid to communicate, okay? Looking at things through fresh eyes. That's what I want to say here. Showing your support. So it could be powerful, intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. For whatever reason, pile 3, the main message I feel that's coming through here is you showing support to someone. I feel like you are showing support to this person who's heading out on their path or trying to make their dreams come true. I feel that you are the one showing support because you are helping them. And I just look at this beautiful card, but you're helping them to see things through fresh, young eyes. Right? There's no rose-colored glasses here. You're that person for them. Right? Meaning someone who can help your dreams come true. I think you are that person for someone in your life somehow. Could even be a stranger and, well, you'll then become friends. That's for some of you. But I feel like you've always been a very helpful person and could be a very helpful person and have been a very helpful person to a lot of people. But I feel like you kind of stay hidden a bit, okay? You kind of stay hidden a bit. You don't let all that light shine through. And this message coming through right here so far, I know I still have 2 cards, but I just feel like they're saying, see, because we just have a bit of the moon showing here, say after a new moon, right? And I'm having a hard time remembering what it's called, but darn it all. But anyhow, I feel like maybe you do things behind the scenes even for other people. You're not out there advertising or being flashy about it. But this here, understanding the truth of a situation and whatever path this person's going on, trying to make their dreams come true, you understand that. And you see the potential of it. What an interesting message. But I feel like you need to step out of the shadows a bit here, a bit more communication. You never can push your ideas and what it is, your intelligence or energy even, we'll say, on other people. But if they're willing to accept the help, which I feel like there is someone who's willing, then it's okay to step out of the shadow. Let's look at these last 2 cards. Prince of Winter. That's the Page of Swords. So what does it say here? Intellectual, determined, focused, impulsive. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. Like, yeah, the Page of Swords is full of new ideas. All the pages are. And they love, because it's swords, air, they love thinking of new ways to communicate. So that could be it. Okay. They also, they want to learn. And I feel like that's this person. They're on this path. They want to learn. They're determined. They want to act, well, quickly here, right? But I feel like you're here to help guide them and show support to them. And maybe even to keep them under control, because sometimes those swords, the pages and the knights, they just like to go, go, go and get maybe ahead of themselves sometimes. That could be for some of you. Solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. I feel like that's you, right? Sitting back in your solitude and understanding that this isn't, that being here, being on earth right now isn't just about you. It's about everyone. It's about the collective. And you're willing to stay behind the veil, so to speak, or back in the shadows so that you can, I don't know, almost, maybe it's like you're watching from a distance and you're coming up with new ideas and ways to show your support without being overbearing. That might have been a word I wanted to say earlier and just couldn't get it out. Yeah. You are the treasure. You're the person who helps other people. So that could also be, like I said, just kind of sometimes pulling the reins back on a page or a Prince of Winter, right? This quiet solitude, this quiet, I just feel like power, right? Just this energy of just all being power really is what it is, but gentle. Or, you know what? Sometimes you need to come out behind the shadows to show your support. Sometimes you can do it behind, but sometimes you do need to step out. And here again, it's just you are the person who's going to help this person along their path to make their dreams come true. You see things fresh and you have ease of communication in you. And with the practice here, after a while, you'll dance on air. Practice makes perfect. You're almost there. I feel like that's your support. Okay, that card flipped. Oh my God, it was the sun. Okay, let's get a couple more here. I'll flip through them so it doesn't take as long. The Sun, the Eight of Swords. And the Five of Cups. Yeah. I feel you, just to make it so simple, but yes, you are that ray of sunshine. You are that sliver of the moon. You are that light for this person. The support you give is more than they could ever ask for. Really. And I don't even know if you're even aware of that, because I want to say this person that you're stepping in to help has definitely lost that childlike sense of wonder and sight. They've been tied up in their own little prison, not seeing things clearly, not able to think clearly, and feeling like, you know, there's no movement, there's no way forward. And you're coming in to cut off those thorns that are holding back and to take their hands away from their eyes and turn them around and show them there is absolutely a new way and a new path here for you to move forward. You're going to play a very important role. And like I said, who knows how that it's going to show up, but you're going to be playing a very important role in someone's life, pile 3. A very important role, but I just feel like you're so calm, cool, and collected while doing it. You're like the queen, right? Practical. You're generous. You're gracious. I don't know. Wow. Aura cleanse. When you feel heavy or run out of luck, go swim at the beach and you'll feel unstuck. I love that. You are the it just keeps coming in over and over. It doesn't matter. I read it and then it pops in. You are the one that's helping this person cleanse this away. You really are. What a beautiful, and you do not feel pressure doing this. And that's how you'll know it's right and that you're doing what's right. This is not feeling pressure. This is not feeling obligation. This is just you being you. You're not pushing yourself. You're not being overbearing about it. The gnome of mushrooms and buttons. Seek silliness and joy. They are wise teachers. Back here, your childlike wonder. They're reminding you as well, right? The best teacher is the teacher who has silliness and joy and childlike wonder in their life, motivating them and keeping them going. And just letting this person know practice makes perfect. Beautiful message, pile 3. I wish you all the best with helping this person. And the person that you're helping too. Oh, just great. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you being here with me. And once again, if you can help to share this video to get it out there and interact by liking, subscribing, commenting, whatever it is you want to do, send me a smiley face if you want to. That's good enough for me just to let me know that you enjoyed this. I appreciate, again, your time and your being here.